Oh, happy day. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a good day, guys. You want to know why? Look at you're eating breakfast with me. You can't really see because the sun is so bright, but it's a pretty avocado toast with balsamic glaze and the whole 9 yards. And then I have a coffee. It is a really good day. I cut out coffee. Did you fall? I cut out coffee, but I grant myself that freedom to have it when I want it, maybe once every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, somewhere. So today's a good day. I thought I would bring you along for it. And today, once I get my camera to stay, okay, there we go. Today is an exciting topic, and I thought, well, I'm eating my breakfast and drinking my coffee. Let me turn the camera on and let's talk about From Chaos to Order. This is the name of the title of the video. 5 ways minimalism and slow living has changed me forever. And my videos are kind of unique in this aspect. There's typically you'll find on YouTube one person that is pro, like all in on the minimalism thing, which I'm kind of like minimalism point 0.5, not quite a 1. Like I love the philosophy, but I also like my stuff. So a little bit of the things that are important to me. So I'm not like extreme minimalism, but then you have the slow living and I am all completely sold out for that lifestyle, but I don't have like a homestead. Does that make sense? So anyway, that's kind of where I fall. So if you find yourself in a little bit of these topics, that you're right exactly where you're supposed to be. And I'm glad you're here because I am a little bit in all of those things as well. Okay, so let's start. I think my camera will stay now. Stay. Let's start with From Chaos to Order 5 ways minimalism and slow living changed me forever. Okay, number one, I downsized big time. Like, I live in 800 square feet, and I don't know if I ever want to live in a bigger house. I'm not sure, but in this season of life, 800 square feet is perfect for me. It's a little 2 bedroom, one bath place, and it fits me. It fits my kids. It forces us to be simple in what we purchase and how we live. And we're just like there. I've lived in houses where the kids are clear on the other side of the house, their bedrooms are, and I would miss them. And in this house, we're like 3 feet away, we're 3 feet apart. And I just, that connection happens so much easier when you're in a smaller house. There's a time and a place for bigger houses. I just did not have fun caring for a large house. So downsized, I'm now in 800 square feet. Love it. Okay, number two, I got rid of 95% of the things that I owned. Now, this was back 8 years ago, almost 9 years ago. So it has been a while, but letting go of 95% of what we owned, we were downsizing to move into a travel trailer. Just going through that one time taught me so much about how to let go of things, why I had things, like what were the memories, the feelings, the guilt, the all of the stuff that was associated with keeping those things, habits that I had, and just my relationship to stuff. Letting go of, and it taught my kids too not to, like, it's okay, like, they kept their most special things. It's okay to let the rest go, and they were little when they learned that, and I there was just, it was hard. It was a hard season, but there was so much good stuff in that season. Okay, so number 1, it's just easier to maintain. When you get rid of all of your stuff, I brought some of it back. That's what I was trying to say. I brought some of it back because that was almost 9 years ago. You're going to accumulate, like, you're living on this earth and you're going to accumulate stuff. But here's my attitude on it. As I live in 800 square feet, so not a whole lot can come back. I have my house, and I have a tiny storage unit, and so there's not a lot of room for extras. And so I like this rule. I've adopted it ever since I downsized that 95%. It's a one in and one out rule. So if something comes into my house because of lack of space, now it's not just a desire, it's there's no room for it. Something has to go. So one comes in and something has to go. And it's beautiful, one in, one out, has taught my kids boundaries and parameters around their things too, as well. And like shopping and spending money. And it's like, do I really, really want that? Because I'm going to have to let something go. Golden. Okay, number three, my spirit softened. So, minimalism and slow living changed me in such a beautiful way that I became self aware, and I wasn't in a reactive mode so much, or um, I just wasn't stressed. My spirit, we just was softened. I'm gentler to those around me. I'm gentler in the way that I connect and communicate with my kids. I am a better friend because of it. Um, when you get stuck in that accumulating cycle, that's what you fixate your mind on. And you're not happy until you get that next thing. And it's just this, my brain was not, it was stressed. To be honest, it was stressed. So now I have a softened spirit. Number four, I enjoy cooking. Way too many times, I hate to admit this, fast food was our solution for meals. Sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. It was bad. But I didn't want to cook because I was around all my stuff and I was stressed. The house was a disaster. I had no order to like organization. My kids were tiny, and so I just hated being in the kitchen. It felt like another chore, something else that I had to do, that was a requirement. And now, after slow living living in a minimalist way, I enjoy cooking. It's the process. When you switch your brain um, to a slower way of living, you start to enjoy the process of doing things. It's not the process of going out to purchase or get something and then, I got that thing and now I'm going to add something else to my list to want. No, it's like the process. Um, I was talking about this in a Bible study with my friends this week, and we were talking about how uh, the little things bring us the most joy. And I immediately thought about when I went through my divorce 5 years ago. I moved into my own apartment, my very, very first apartment at 30. I was 39, almost 39. I can't remember, 38, 39. And it was during COVID. So, yeah, 39. And I went to Goodwill and I found this old sewing cabinet and it had a rattan front. It's so cute. And I passed on it because I thought I'll never be able to carry it up to my apartment. And I might not need it. Anyway, I thought about it, prayed about it, went back the next day. It was still at Goodwill, $6.99. It is now my bedside table nightstand. And I haven't touched it. It has old watermarks on it. Like there's so many stories in this cabinet. It's probably from the 70s. And I love it so much. It is my absolute favorite thing that I bought for my apartment when I moved in on my own. And I will treasure it. I'm pretty convinced for the rest of my life. It was $6.99. If you have a favorite item that you've bought that costs like nothing, let me know. Maybe it was given to you. Leave it down in the comments because I love things like that. Anyway, we got on a tangent, guys, but I enjoy cooking. I enjoy the process. And I turn on some music. I give myself an hour to cook dinner. The kids see their mom happy and in the kitchen. And it just does something for my brain that makes me so happy and so at peace. Okay. Number 10, budgeting became fun. When from the way I was living before, it was just total chaos with my finances. I know some of you can relate to this. It is just an absolute dumpster fire, a mess of our we weren't taught this stuff, most of us growing up. And so like the real world stuff, like how to pay for groceries, how to plan ahead, how to save for what you want when you need tires on your car, or an emergency fund to cover when the washer, like I wasn't modeled that as a child. And so I brought all of that into my 20s and my 30s, and just I started to get really good control of it in my 30s. But it was a disaster and it was chaotic, and I didn't know the up or down. I didn't know what was up or what was down with money and how to handle personal finance. And so now budgeting, because I am just moving at a slower pace and have less to maintain and manage, budgeting has become so fun. If it stresses you out, if you're putting it off, if it's something you were never taught, I want to encourage you to give it a chance, because the peace that you have, it really does surpass all understanding. The peace you have when you plan your money for the month and you buy, you buy your coffee or you get a treat, there's you enjoy this so much more because you were intentional with your money and you planned for it. So 5 ways that minimalism and slow living has changed me forever and has given me the gift to go from chaos to order. Okay, number one, I downsized big time and live in 800 square feet. Number two, I got rid of 90%, 95% of all the things that I own. And some of it is back. However, it's easier to maintain because I use the one in, one out rule. Number three, my spirit softened. I'm gentler to those around me, and I am so proud of how I interact with people instead of reacting. Number four, I enjoy being in the kitchen and I absolutely love cooking. Number five, budgeting became so much fun and didn't seem like it was a chore anymore. And I actually look forward to it. So, those are my 5 ways. I would love to know. Share something in the comments below. Um, how slow living has changed you, how you're just moving at a slower pace in life. I would love to know. Okay, leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers!